One of the great things about the new AI is how easy it is to generate images that you can easily convert to SVG images. Let me show you how you do this. We'll start with Bing. Bing.com, too easy. Bing.com, create images. And we've got Wendy the cartoon girl there. Let me just get rid of that. Now there's Wendy the cartoon girl, anime line drawing. See how that's given those there? Well, let's find that one. That'll do. Bring that up. Now, what we want to do is save that image. So I'll save it to photos. Job done. Now, that's just, let's see if I can find that. Share, and we'll see if we can find what sort of, no, I thought it might have had the info. However, what we can do, now that it's in photos, and I can show you that, there we go, there it is in photos. Information, it's 1024 by 1024 pixels in size, and it's a JPEG file, JPEG file. Okay, now that's all very well, but what we want is an SVG file so we can enlarge that without it going all jaggy. So let's just hop out of that, and you can see I've got lots of others there. Now what we need is Adobe Adobe Capture. There it is on the right hand side, Adobe Capture. Now you can see I've got the boot there, and I've already loaded this one. Let's get out of that. Get out of my library altogether. What I want to do is create another one, and it's graphics. So I'll create graphics, but I'll load it from my camera roll, and there she is. Now there's the girl, and you think, what can I do with this? Graphics? Okay. And I just tap the tick sign because that's the one I want. You can remove the background. I'll just leave the, remove background. See, there's the background gone. But it's left a bit of white around her hand, so we'll deal with that later. Now, click on the save. Save it to the graphics library. Shape 16 is that one there. See how it says SVG? I want to save that as an SVG. Now this saves it to the Adobe Capture library, which is fine. Saved. Now go to the libraries, and there she is there. Your library, 19 elements. You can see the other ones I've got there. There's shape 16. There's one as I've got her as a PNG. The boot there is SVG. Now the little girl here, the little cartoon girl, she's in SVG mode. Now I should be able to share that too, or export as, but I'll try sharing it too. Open in Designer, which is the one I want it to open in. Affinity Designer 2. And it's loading Affinity Designer 2 up, and here she comes. Now, you see what happened there? It opened it as a PNG file. That's not the one I want. So let's close that. Close without saving. The boot that I did previously, let's have a look at that. You can see all the shapes there, all the curves there. That one I definitely did as an SVG. If you open it directly, it won't do it. So we've got this here. Preview, image, share to or export as an SVG file. and save it to files, and I'll put it in the downloads directory. Shape 16, just drop it into the downloads directory so I know where to find it. Okay, now we go to here. There's shape 16. Let's have a look, get the info. Shape 16, SVG file. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, now open in Designer 2, it says up the top right hand side. Let's see what happens now. Now there she is in Designer 2, all the curves, too easy. Now why is that important? Because you can make that any size you like. Let's group those together. No, I don't want to merge down. I want to make a group so they're easy to deal with. Let's have a look. It's 1483.5 pixels by 1690.6 pixels. Let's lock that size in and make it even bigger. Now there she is. That's bigger than... Let's go really crazy here and make it 5,000. Okay? Now because it's linked together, it's made the other size equally large. Select all. There we go. Now we've got it selected. Let's copy. Let's go back out there and create a new document from the clipboard. Let's see what that gives us. And there she is. Now, what size is that one? All selected. We don't want all the nodes, we just want it selected. There we go, 5000 by 5693 pixels. And as perfect as you like. Isn't that marvellous? Now you can do that with Affinity Designer. You can also do it with Photo, but of course you don't get the curves, the SVG file. And as you can see, they're all curves. So you can colour those, do what you like with. Colour in between the lines. Let's pinch that in a little bit so we can see it. 5000 pixel by 5000 pixels, perfect. Can we do that with other ones? I don't know. Let's have a look and see what we've got. Adobe Capture. Now Adobe Capture is free and it runs on iOS, the iPad, and most importantly it runs on the iPhone. So let's go back here to Create. We'll create a graphics image. We'll pluck it from the camera roll. Lovely picture of my lounge room there. Okay, we've got a bird there that's already coloured. Let's see what happens with the bird. There it is. Now that's in Adobe Capture. Is that what we want? Click Graphics. Just click the button there and there it is. We don't want to remove the background because it doesn't do it properly, you see, because all of that stuff's in the background. What thinks it is. So let's just save that. Save it to Graphics 20 in the library. Save. Now we want to go to the library. We want the bird. Scroll down. There's the bird. Share to or export as. Export as. Aha. Now you can see it's got colours in it, so it means it's got pixel layers in there. export as, it'll only export as a PNG. So it will only do line drawings because the colours are in there already. And it's saved it as, not as an SVG. Graphics 20 PNG file, see that? PNG's alright, that's fine. Save to files, downloads again, save, and it's sent. Let's go back and we'll look for graphics 20, shape 16, there's graphics 20, get info, 1024 by 1280, that's a fairly large image anyway. Let's see, very quiet there for a moment. Open in Designer, let's open this one in Photo, in Affinity Photo version 2. There it is. Isn't that lovely? Resize, 72 dpi, you can see that down there, 72 dpi. All created in bing.com. Close that image. You can see all the other images I've created there. That one I created in colour, this one's in black and white. Now, that's in Bing. Let's go and have a look in Discord, which is the other one. Now, there's a photo of a girl that I'm doing up, but she's a bit young now. I've got to redo that one, make it older. There's some colouring pages. Now, I purposely did those in colour. Colouring book pages, line drawings, coloured. If you leave off the word coloured, it just does the line drawings, which you can see there. Black and white images, black and white, and so forth. Okay, without scrolling back through thousands of these things, let's just get out of Discord. Now, Discord uses Midjourney. Midjourney is the big one. That's the one everyone's using. But if you want to generate more than the half a dozen free images that it allows you when you first sign up, there is a cost involved, a subscription. It's not terribly expensive. Now, there's a nice little image. Look at that. 2 guys from Asia, 2 girls with light hair and so forth. But this is a live feed. This is actually on Midjourney, you can see up here. And these are being generated as we watch them. And you don't want that at the moment. Unless you're familiar with Midjourney already, you can use it to create all of this stuff. Now, what I was showing you was obviously that. Adobe Capture, because it's the simplest SVG file maker I've come across. And if you're into sublimation, that's what you want. Working at 72 dpi, which the Cricut option works at. See, that's shape 16, SVG. Shall I do something really interesting here? Now, what's the Cricut one called? Designer, I think, isn't it? DES, design space. CRICUT, Cricut. Cricut design space, there we go. Open the app. So I haven't used it in a long time, so are we going to need to do this? But that's an SVG file that will open in Cricut design space. It's 72 dpi, it's 1024 by not quite, or just over 1024, Here we go, so we're nearly loaded, just bear with and we'll get there. Open, Cricut design space, okay, yes, allow. What will I make today? As soon as you stop talking to me, I'll make all sorts of things. Sign in, there we go. Oh, optimize your experience. Cricut Explorer family, that'll do. Because what I want to do is, I've got it. Upload, take a photo, select from photo library, browse files. There we want downloads, date, shape 16, 203, there's the one we want. One of those is a PNG file. Maybe that's why it won't load it, because it's, yeah, there we go. There she is. Look at that. Isn't that perfect? 72 dpi and an SVG file loads straight in, and I can tap make it if I was actually connected to the Cricut, but I'm not. And I haven't used this in so long that I've actually forgotten how it works. Save it. Save as. Save project as. And there we go. Okay. Okay, folks. Well, Adobe Capture, Cricut, and of course our favourite, Affinity Designer version 2. Thanks for watching. I hope you find that really useful.